What's going on, conquistadors? It is Scotty the Chunky Spaniard. Welcome back to Round Like Me, the channel where we talk about a lot of different well-rounded things. If you were with us on Tuesday, which not very many people were because the views aren't as high as they were on other recent videos, I did say we were going to do a Dear Parents today. Last Thursday we did a Dear Students, which actually did very well, surprisingly. I was kind of shocked. A couple naysayers, but you're always going to have those. And 311, if you listen to 311, they have a special saying for those naysayers. So I'm not going to say it here because family friendly most of the time. But I wanted to do a Dear Parents, and then December happened. And our Decembers are super crazy. And rather than put out a crappy product or like, just like a really jacked up version of what I envisioned, I thought I'd push it off to next week. So I'm delaying the Dear Parents to next week, and I didn't want to leave you guys hanging without a video, so I thought I would just say hey and talk and see what's going on. Kind of just a checking in. Here's an update. Got a lot of stuff going on. So as I said, December is crazy. Butter's birthday is this coming Saturday. And so, are you guys excited? Because Friday, Star Wars Last Jedi premiere. Got my R2-D2 sweatshirt on, a Johnny Cupcakes R2-D2 sweatshirt. And I'm super excited. Butters is super excited. We're gonna go on Saturday, actually on his birthday. That is part of his birthday present, is to go. It's kind of our little tradition to go. This will be 3 years in a row now we've gone when Star Wars has released a movie in December. And so it's become this little trend for us, and it's just me and him. We get to chill and do it up big with popcorn and all that stuff. So it's really good. But December's also crazy because not only is it Butter's birthday, it's my mom's birthday and my brother-in-law's birthday, and then we celebrate Christmas. So you have all of that all rolled into one. And then Tuesday night, Butters had his first choir performance. And if I can get the little video of it spliced in here, they had his class got to throw in a kazoo part, which was pretty cute. The video isn't that great because it's on my phone, but check that out if it's there. So Butters got to perform at this big theater. They usually hold it in this high school, I guess, performance center, but it's under construction. So they rented out this really nice old theater that we have downtown, and all these other choirs performed. But like it is with whenever you have little ones like Mini Hulk, he's 5 and he can't sit for that long for a 2+ hour choir performance. So we were out running around doing that kind of stuff, and he was climbing stairs. There at one point he was literally running circles in the lobby, just doing circles. It was absolutely insane. I don't even know if you guys find any of this interesting, this whole checking in thing, but I didn't want to leave you guys without a video, so I thought I would just tell you what's going on. As for me, it's also crazy because our semester ends in another week before we get our break, and so parents and students and everybody's freaking out. Now you should have been freaking out back in like October about your grade, not with like 1.5 weeks to spare before grades are submitted. But you know, you live and you learn. I think I even said that in one of the back to school videos, like, don't wait till the last minute. Like, please take some advice. Don't wait till the last minute to do any of this kind of stuff, because it usually doesn't end up well. Every once in a while you get lucky, things fall in your favor, but other times not so much. And to be honest, even with this video and not being able to put together the Dear Parents that I wanted to put together, I'm not feeling that great, if I'm being 100% honest. When you get old, stuff starts happening And I said it in a video earlier, but I had kidney stones earlier this year. Not fun. Drink lots of water. And while I was in the ER, the doctor was like, hey, have you fallen on from... Here's a good... Okay, here we go. So, little story for you guys, since I don't have much of anything else to bring to the table today. While I was in the ER for the kidney stones, the doctor asked, have you fallen on your back before? Or have you had any like trauma to your back? And I'm thinking to myself like, oh my gosh, what do you mean trauma to my back? Did like someone take a baseball bat to my back? Like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know what you mean. Like he said like, did you fall? Did you, anything like major? Which takes us to our story. 6th grade camp. I taught 6th grade for 2 years, and my very first year of 6th grade camp, it was really nice. We were up there in December. It was snowing. It was gorgeous. And I was put into the 6th grade level because the other 2 teachers that I was teaching with at the time were kind of bullying a 3rd teacher. And so my principal came to me and was like, hey, Scotty, would love for you to move to 6th grade next year. These other 2 teachers are giving this other one a really hard time, and you can kind of like handle it. You can be kind of that buffer, that middle person. So being the team player that I was, I've always been kind of the utility guy. You put me where you need me and I'll do my job. And so I said, sure. So we go up to 6th grade camp, and those 2 teachers that had been, you know, somewhat bullying this other teacher, they were homies, which is fine. That's great. I don't need to be friends with everybody. It's fine. But they always did this like competitive stuff, like trying to show that they're better, especially in front of the kids. Like they wanted to earn cool points in front of the kids. And I think you kind of earn cool points when you don't care. You earn a little bit more. You earn a little bit more of those points when you're just like, whatever, I'm not going to play your game. I'm going to be me. And they didn't like the fact that a lot of the kids wanted to hang out around this guy. So it was the last day of camp. Whoa. Oh my gosh, thinking back about this. It was the last day of camp, and we're in this gymnasium, this old gym, and they have these 2 rock walls on opposing sides of the gym. I can't get my hands right. I'm like Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands. So they have 2 rock walls on opposing sides of the gym. And one of the teachers is like, I'll race you up the rock wall. And this is in front of all the kids. And I'm scared of heights. So I was like, no, I'm good. And she's like, well, why? Because you can't beat me? Like, I'll race you to the top. And I'm like, no. And so at the time I was coaching basketball. And so a bunch of my basketball players are like, Coach, you got to do it. You got to race her. And these, all the other kids are like, what? You can't handle it. You can't handle it. And I hate to be like Marty in Back to the Future when Biff is taunting him and he can't like back down because it always leads to bad things. If you've ever seen Back to the Future. But I was like, fine, I'll do it. I'll do it. You want to talk big? You want to talk smack? You think you're that awesome? Let me prove to you how awesome you aren't. So we both get on the wall and all the kids are like, yeah, all right, let's do this. And I'm out of shape. I'll be 100% honest. I'm not in the best shape of my life. And this other teacher ran and did all this other stuff, triathlons and things like that. And so I'm thinking, well, whatever, at least I tried. This is before we even start. So, but I'm also super duper competitive and I hate to lose. I hate it. So we're waiting and then they say, go. So I've never climbed up a rock wall ever at this point, ever. But I'm flying up this thing. Ring the bell, boom, I turn around, she's just getting to the top. Already at the top, this guy right here smoked her because I knew in my mind, in my heart, okay, that I could beat her. I didn't know if I was actually gonna beat her, but I just had this this drive. I was like, oh my gosh, you already pushed around one of my friends who was another teacher on campus, trying to push me around in front of the kids, not gonna let it happen. gonna smoke your butt. So, smoked her, got up to the top, I'm at the top, and the counselor, the camp counselor that's down below with the rope and the belay and all that gear that's keeping us from falling, is like, hey, you need to tie your shoe. What? She's like, you need to tie your shoe. I'm like, I'm not tying my shoe because I'm sitting on a piece of wood at the top that's like barely can hold my chunky Spaniard frame. And she's like, you need to tie your shoe. And I'm scared of heights. So leaning over to even look at my shoe is making me dizzy. And I'm like, I'm not tying my shoe. She's like, I can't let you come down unless you tie your shoe. So I just shoved the shoelaces into my shoe. I go, is that fine? Is that okay? She's like, yeah, that'll work. So start coming back down the wall. Kids are all like, yeah, coach, good job. As I'm coming down, she's like, you need to lean back. If you've ever done rock climbing or anything like that, and you have to lean back in the rope and the harness and all that kind of stuff. And I've got this horrible looking helmet on that's like way up too high on my head. And she's like, you need to lean back. I'm like, I'm trying. She's like, lean back. I'm like, trying. She's like, you need to lean back. So I finally lean back and I start going down. And I guess your brain kind of, I don't know, it helps you block out certain traumatic events. And I finally lean back in the harness. And next thing I know, I'm hitting the ground. And my head, now they had these little really thin pads, not like the nice ones that they have for like gymnastics and stuff. They had these thin little pads at the bottom that you could land on. And they were kid size. And I'm not very tall, but I'm also not kid size. So all I know is I'm hitting the ground and my head is bouncing off of the hardwood floor in the gym. And I hear one of my basketball players go, you should have seen his head bounce. And I don't remember falling. I remember where I was before I kind of blacked out, I guess. But I don't remember falling. I just remember hitting the ground. And I was just above the basketball hoop. So basketball rims, 10 feet. The hoop itself, like the backboard and everything else, a little bit higher than 10 feet. So I fell from that elevation, flat onto my back, head bounces off the hardwood floor. I jump up because I don't want the kids to think like something bad has happened, even though something bad has happened. I jump up and I'm like, oh, I'm good. And the kids are like, yeah, they're patting me on the back. And we pack up to leave. And they're like, do you want to file an injury report? I'm like, no, I think I'm going to be good. And they're like, you should probably file an injury report. I'm like, I think I'm good. And they're like, file an injury report. So I filed the injury report. The bus ride home was 3 hours. As soon as we got back to the school from the bus, I couldn't get up. My back had seized up to the point where I could hardly even stand. I couldn't even move. Went to a couple different doctors. Workers' comp doctors are idiots. Had to go to a couple different doctors about like, almost a month later. And they're like, yeah, you have a broken collarbone. Your back is really, really messed up. And so I had to do all this physical therapy for months and wear this weird brace that made me look like Quasimodo to help with the broken collarbone and all this kind of stuff. So when the doctor, all the way back to now the ER, so we went into the past, and now we're back. In the ER asked if I had had any trauma. I recalled the story and I told him, yeah, I had fallen at 6th grade camp and had from a pretty good height and hurt my back. Well, you have arthritis in your back. Come look at the scans. So I went in for kidney stones. I come out with, well, still kidney stones, but now I have arthritis in my back and I've had it. I didn't realize it. And so all this stuff started making sense. Well, as the weather gets colder, this guy gets older, my back has really, really been messed up. So even right now while I'm filming this, I've got a splitting headache all the way up my neck. And so trying to figure out ways to help my back and other things like that. So that's what's going on in the Chunky Spaniards world. he is inundated with birthday parties and holiday programs and grades and everything else. So it's a really, really busy time, and dealing with like random health stuff that you would never even think that you have to deal with ever, especially after having been an athlete and now completely out of shape. So like my goal, like everyone else's goal in the new year, is to lose some weight, to try and help my back out a little bit and my knees. So that's what's going on. That's it. I've got grades. I've got birthdays. I've got The Last Jedi premiere. And I got a bad back. And so just wanted to say, hey, give you guys an update. If I look like I'm not feeling great in this video, I'm not feeling great, because I can feel the pain all the way up here. It's like into my forehead, my eyeballs. So that's it. Sunday, I don't know if we're gonna go with the Storytime Sunday or not. I'm gonna have to see where things are at, what's kind of motivating me. That's the cool part about right now, is I get to kind of do what I want. And you know, if I'm feeling this, then I go with that, and you know, so on and so forth. So Sunday, there will be another video. We may just do a birthday recap with Butters. That would be kind of fun. And have him tell a story, because he's had some really good stories recently. But thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for lasting this long if you watched the video this long. I can't thank you guys enough. Man, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. So remember, conquistadors, to be a better person tomorrow than you were today, because there is always room for improvement. And I'll see you next time on Round Like Me with Scotty, the Chunky Spaniard. Take care and be good people. I'll see you later. Bye.